All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead, type in the chat box where you're listening in from. And as a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for entertainment, training, and educational purposes only. And it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. I see we have Christina on the line and Dave Winters, Elijah Morgan, Hillbilly James. I like that one. Janelle Appling, Keith Birch, Leonard Long, Lizzie Wright, Patty Geis, Stan Thompson, Wild Bill, and who else? What else am I missing? I think we got that there. We are not streaming on Facebook. This is our private inner circle. We have some good topics to cover today. How many of you guys actually yesterday went ahead and downloaded that Hey Pi app and started playing with it? You know, we were talking about that last night in our diamond class. Speaking of, that's our AI. We have a good article about AI today, how AI and crypto merging together, or AI and Bitcoin. So I'm looking forward to reading that article. You know what? Let's even do this. Let's say, what is the biggest headlines? What does the AI say? Hey, Pi, can you tell me what is the latest, biggest headline news of the day?
There's a lot happening in the news today, Brandon. Here are a few of the biggest headlines. The Biden administration is facing a lawsuit from immigrant advocacy groups over its recent crackdown on asylum seekers at the US-Mexico border. Former President Donald Trump is set to return to Capitol Hill to meet with Republican lawmakers, his first visit since the January 6th attack. G7 leaders have agreed to back a $50 billion loan to Ukraine using frozen Russian assets. It's a busy day in the news world, and that's just scratching the surface. Is there a particular story you'd like to know more about?
Is there any major news considering Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies?
There's definitely some significant news in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies today. Here are a few key points. Bitcoin's price currently stands at $67,173.30 per coin, down slightly from yesterday. Despite some recent volatility, Bitcoin has made impressive gains in the past year, up 161% compared to this time last year. The Federal Reserve's upcoming decisions on inflation and interest rates could have a big impact on Bitcoin's future performance. There's a new bill with a potential crypto provision that has passed a Senate committee, which could be a major development in US crypto policy. It's an exciting time in the cryptocurrency world, and it will be interesting to see how these developments play out.
I agree. Do you think that it's moving in the positive direction for crypto, or there's still going to be a lot of crypto crackdown?
There's definitely a mixed bag when it comes to the future of crypto regulations and crackdowns. On one hand, the potential Senate bill with a crypto provision could signal a move towards clearer, more favorable regulations for cryptocurrencies in the US. On the other hand, there's ongoing concern about the potential for cryptocurrencies to be used for illegal activities, which could lead to continued scrutiny and potential crackdowns. Overall, I think we'll continue to see a push-pull between regulators trying to balance the need for consumer protection with the desire to foster innovation in the crypto space. It's a complex issue and one that will likely continue to evolve over time.
All right. Thank you, Pi.
You're very welcome, Brandon. Always happy to dive into the latest news and provide some insight. If you have any more questions or just want to chat, I'm here for you.
I like that ending. I'm here for you. You know, uh, one thing that it said, I think that it's going to. Do you really think? Is that programmed to do it? Are you making adjustments? But wow, this AI stuff is going to a whole nother level. Ask about open AI staying open for everyone. Oh, that's a good. Hey, Pi, is open AI going to be staying open for everyone?
Well, that's a complex question. OpenAI, the artificial intelligence research lab, is a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to openness. While they have released some impressive models like GPT-3 and Codex, they've also faced criticism for being less open than their name suggests. In terms of whether their technology will remain accessible to everyone, it's hard to say for sure. OpenAI is a for profit company, and as they continue to develop their technology, there may be more restrictions or commercialization of their models. However, they have also demonstrated a commitment to safety and
Well,
responsible
hold up,
use
hold up, Pi.
of
Does Elon
AI,
Musk have
which
any?
could lead them to keep certain aspects.
Well, hold up, Pi. Does OpenAI have any connection to Elon Musk?
Oh, yes. Elon Musk has quite a history with OpenAI. He was actually one of the co founders of OpenAI back in 2015 and initially provided financial and strategic support for the company. However, in recent years, their relationship has become more complex. Musk has publicly expressed concerns about the potential dangers of advanced AI and has even sued OpenAI, alleging that it violated its guiding
Oh, wow, I
principles
can
in
change
favor
the
of
speed of how fast she
maximizing
talks.
profits. But just yesterday, Musk dropped his lawsuit against OpenAI, ending their legal battle. It's a fascinating story, and I think it highlights the ongoing debate about the responsible development and use of AI.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna play a whole lot. So she's an AI snitch. All right, let's get into some what's going on in the crypto space today. Let's see. Let's see. As Pi stated, Bitcoin's at $67,315. We are down again, 3.1%. So look at this. It came down, stabilized, came down, bounced back up, and came down again. So the market is doing this week. Down 3.1% last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance, though, is still remaining the same amount, 51.5%. Same with Ethereum, down 16.3%. Bitcoin, 67,000, down 3.5%. Ethereum's down 3.6, so that falls in line. BNBs really took a hit. This was just over $700 a couple of days ago. Solana is down 6.9. Ooh, the top coins took a big hit. Toncoin did the reverse. It's up 3.2%. Any outlier here? I'm seeing a sea of red. Ethena, yeah, that's a stable coin. Whoa, Ethena stable coin is climbing. It's number 33 now. Didn't we read an article where Ethena said they wanted to take over the top spots? Huh. Let's see, Ethena. Okay, B's in the green, flipped a little bit. Floki dropped by 12%. Bonk's down 13. So we're seeing a sea of red today. Toncoin's in 3.2, and that's it. Toncoin OKB. Worst performers. Brett taking a big hit. But look at this. All week it's been up, down, up, down, up, down. Bonk, Floki, Janelle Token, Bittensoar, Pepe, Thorchain, Ordi, Render, Internet Computer, Ethena, The Graph, Aave, Pyth, Immutable Core, Celestia, Stacks, Data Network. Yeah, all these taking a hit. Okay. The trending Mumu the Bull down 21.5%. Mega Hat is up. Toshi's down. Baby, largest gainers. Baby. There's a token called Baby. It's up 58.8%. Aether's 34. Manifold Finance is up 27. The largest gainers, even though the market went completely the other way. All right. Snooze. I know Dave Winters and Patty sent me some stuff. Dave's got a project he wants me to look at that is called Farad. And this is positron technology for electricity. So I'll be looking into this one. For every 10 kilowatt hours of energy produced creates one Farad token. Market value of the token is related to the cost of carbon offset, currently at about $80 per metric ton, predicted to go to thousands in the coming year. We are currently putting the value at $5 per token because of regulatory standpoint. Predetermined supply side, 20 million tokens, can buy, sell, or hold. So it's not solar, wind, or hydro, or geothermal. They're all inefficient and expensive. Farad does not need subsidies or grants. This is not crypto. Will never be on the crypto exchanges. Not going to be on the crypto exchanges, but you're having a token representing it. Can only require them from Farad. The exchange is on the Farad website. Huh. Let me look at this. Oh, I can't look at anything unless I sign up. All right. I think I already did sign up. There's ain't nobody in the world using my username. Yeah, I did sign up. When did I sign up? Yeah, there's me right there, active. Current plan monthly billing. When did I do this? Did I tell you, Dave, that I did this? I have three under it. Well, I'm trying to read. What's my three? Oh, yeah, I did this on June 8th. Farad, welcome to Farad. Your account has been activated. Farad referral code, account information. Okay. Services, wallet, Farad, points, referrals. Show me the main site. Connecting people to make a difference. So this is like green energy, enrich your life, health, and the planet by joining Farad. Farad, our unwavering mission ignites a flame of hope, a commitment to empower, safeguard, and nurture our world. Okay, so that's green. Conceived in the crucible of 2008. Okay, Farad emerges as a beacon of hope in response to mounting health, farming, ranching, energy, and environmental crisis. And the team. Okay, foundation, ecosystems. So this is all green energy, earth. Oh, so I do have an iPhone, so I'll have to download that app so I can play with it. Environment, climate, carbon, and carbon footprint. Significance, technology verification, use. See the pricing. So carbon offsetting. Here's the token. That's what I wanted to see. Let's see. Direct emissions avoidance, additional life cycle emissions, methane emissions, health and environmental benefits. Only thing I have, okay, Ernst & Young Center Projects, carbon offsets, token and climate exchange. Okay, $5. Today's open, today's high, today's low. So sell Farad, bid Farad. I need to really get into this because it looks like they're doing this all on their own centralized ecosystem. It's not going to be on the open market. Okay, that's gonna be something for me to really get into. Hold on, Dave. I'm gonna let you because you're very excited about that. I never said anything to you. Well, check your back office to see if you see me, because I did that on June 8th when I was looking it up to see what was going on. Let me see. Where are you, participants? All right, Dave. So you check your system. Do you see me in there? If you're talking, Dave, I don't hear anything, but you are unmuted. Still don't hear anything. Yep, no sound. Can anybody else hear him? And I'm the only one that doesn't? Nope. Well, I'll look more into this, Dave, as well, to see the technology behind it and how this thing works. But yeah, I did sign up. I didn't know I did that, but I did. All right, and then we got Patty about Buy City AI. Let's see, it's 14 cents. As how to buy City, but I actually want to know about Buy City. It's on CoinMarketCap. Buy City AI projects. Current price is at 81 cents. It is up 1% in the last 24 hours. Total supply will be 10 billion of them. Okay. All right, here we go again. Let's oh, drop the app part. Okay. Who can tell me, type in the chat box, if there's 10 billion tokens, what is the highest it could possibly go? Type that in the chat box. Anybody can figure that one out. What is possible with a 10 billion supply? Don't worry about what the project's all about, whether the project's going to be good or not. What's possible off of that? Currently is sitting at, oh, just went up. Currently is sitting at 83 cents. It's just went up 4%. All-time low was 7 days ago. This is brand new. It was at 40 cents. All-time high was 2 days ago at 93 cents. So if this was a project that launched, it did have a dip here, but then it popped right back up from this range, 71 cents all the way up to 85 cents. Janelle says about $100. And oh, right now it's only I see it on LBank paired to the Tether USDT. Buy City. So let's go back to that. Let's drop the app part. Buycity.com. Ah, text to image generation. Well, Janelle says 100. Patty says $5 to $8 off a $10 billion token. On that one, Janelle is more closer to it. It can get to $100 off of 10 billion. That's on the high end though. $100. Well, maybe 50, 60 bucks. Okay. Text. So this has got text to image generation, image to image. So you could take your image and create a 3D avatar from it. Customized version of our AI powered image generator. Text to article. AI training. Effortlessly create your own AI image generator to produce infinite personalized portraits. Text to sound. Effortlessly turn text into lifelike speech. This is in the right is in the right industry. Is moving in the right direction. Anything dealing with AI and this kind of stuff. What's the roadmap? Okay, that's just how to buy it. Okay. 2022, fourth quarter, concept generation, identification of team tasks. 2023, first quarter validation and development of the concept's viability. 2023. Okay, so this was back, it started in 2022. So now we are right Here, announcement of major partnership for Buy City, listing on various cryptocurrency exchanges. Well, that happened. They're on LBank now. Third quarter launch of beta version of Buy City Android and iOS. Okay, they're not the only ones to be doing this. So my question, or maybe concern, is with a timeline this long, so you're just launching the beta the third quarter, there are already a gang of apps out right now doing this. So this is about the competition. But those are centralized and there's no tokens backing it. It's just apps like ChatGPT. This one is crypto related, decentralized, sort of. Still got Buy City, the company. Release a full version by the end of this year, listing on major global crypto exchanges in 2025 all the way 2027. Incorporation of users' feedback. So this might be the first crypto version AI to do these type of features. That's true. You don't have to be the first. You just got to be the best. Yahoo came out before Google and everybody's using Google. MySpace came out before Facebook and everybody's using Facebook. Netflix came out after Blockbuster Video, and Blockbuster Video's gone. Token distribution. This might be a token to put some money on, especially if it's cheap right now. 82 cents. This might be a token to put some money on, just to see what might happen later. Remember, I talked about having your inner circle budget. You never know when diamonds of the rough come popping up. Those who want to on the fraud, I'm going to put the link to this video on the fraud side. You guys take a look at this video and then come back to me and let me know what you guys think of it. Now, before we put the referral link out, we'll hold off on that, Dave. I got to put mine out. I signed up with you. Oh, you got your mic now? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, go ahead. Try it now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you go. Yep.
Been messing around with my computer and screwed up, I guess. So yeah, you did not sign up with me. So I don't maybe I know Peter Blackwell's involved. I heard him on one of the calls. Maybe you heard
Peter's
it from
in
him.
this?
I don't know. He was on a call. He was asking questions. So I don't know if he's in it or if he was just looking. But what is cool to me about this is, yeah, it is separate. It's totally separate from crypto. Okay, it's not a crypto. The guy involved actually, if you look into his history, he was involved with Bitcoin way back at the beginning, and he's a blockchain guy. He understands it. He gets it. But he wanted this to be something totally separate. Everything that's gone into this has been out of pocket. There aren't any governments. There's nobody else involved, no venture capitalists, anything else. And what they've done is create an energy source that is clean energy, and that actually they already have an agreement with Lowe's is going to be selling this product for home use. So it's about the size of a suitcase.
Oh, yes, I do remember this now. Yes, it's like a little box size, like a briefcase almost.
Yeah, yeah.
That can compete against like solar power and all that other. Okay, I do. Yes, I know Kathy Keen's a part of this.
Endless energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was approached already.
Okay.
That's why I'm in the system. And I
Right.
told them I didn't have the time to jump in and look at all this at the moment. And I told Peter, come back to me in a couple of months.
Yeah, I just like it because it's a great way of diversifying and getting. I mean, your whole thing. I used to be a financial consultant. I'm not anymore, so don't think I am. Okay, but that's always been diversify. And so if somebody's looking at okay, you know, I'm heavy into this now. I want to make sure that my money's spread out.
Yeah, this is only like $5 a month.
It's a subscription for that, and then the tokens, like say, they're at $5 right now. They had an outside source take a look at the whole thing, and they think it's going into the thousands, $4,000 or $5,000, who knows where. But it, you know, as the cost of carbon offset goes up, the value of the token is going to go up.
Right, right. Yeah, I told them I will look at it because I wanted to get in and take a look at what it was before I even said anything. And I have not had a chance to do any of that. I said I'm not going to be in any position probably until around August. But I did get a position.
Cool.
Okay. And I see so you signed up with Kathy, right?
Actually, Jason Keena.
Oh, Jason. Okay.
Yeah.
Her son, Jason. Referrals
Well,
points.
it's her sidekick. Yeah.
So, okay. Oh, Jason Keena. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know who it is. Connecting people to make it. Yeah, I did briefly look at this. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
aware.
pretty cool stuff. If people are interested, they really should take a look.
Especially because of we were on green with Connect, and anything that kind of pops up with that type of information. Let me see where he.
I found it interesting because these guys actually have a patent on the the system, the delivery system, and the way that they are, I think, competing with green. Green seems like they lost their way, but
Right.
this is they have a product. This is already happening.
Yeah, positron magnetics. Yes, I was familiar with this. I didn't make the connection when you were showing me and what I already signed up.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's something I'll keep an eye on this. But again, like I'm not I'm still a couple of months away before I'm engaging in anything else. All right, but thanks for sharing that, Dave.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, I'm happy to talk about it. So
No problem. And then
thanks.
Patty, go ahead, Patty.
Oh, hi, Brandon. Can you drop that link for Farad?
Parad.
Early?
Yeah.
Please.
If I've ever done this. Oh, I know what happened because I gave it to him. He was asking me about it. Hold on one second.
Okay. Oh, I see. So if we use your link, then we don't help Dave out. So how do we do that?
Oh, whatever. Dave, if you want to sign up with Dave, go right ahead. I am not going to be active in this anytime soon, but I did sign up.
All right.
I wanted to be able to play with this and look at it first before I put it out there.
Okay.
But yeah, but I haven't done any research on this yet.
Okay.
Dave's already involved and already in everything's going on.
Got it. I got his link. Okay, thanks.
All
So
right.
with Buy City, although it's on the exchange and trading for 82 cents, you can still purchase it on their website for 14 cents.
So
Now,
that's
the
how they got.
is they have a schedule of when each wallet can be dispersed. Like if they're through stages 1 through 20. So
Mhm.
anyone now purchasing tokens, they're at stage 20, which means they don't have access to their tokens till after August 30th. So they're stagnating it so that people just don't all jump in and dump their tokens.
Gotcha. Yeah, you put your link in there for this?
I did before. I can drop it again.
Yeah, drop your link in there again for Buy City.
But 14 cents. So I bought more yesterday. So they just partnered with the MEXC exchange, which of course doesn't do business in the United States.
Yeah.
But they do have promotion for 50,000 USDT airdrops.
Okay.
So you just have to use your that's for that exchange. You just have to use a not sign in from your own
Right.
place. They do want KYC, but you can get around it.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool deal.
That was thank you.
No problem. All right, let's get into some of the news. Trump back in the news. Trump versus Biden. Riots Morgenstern highlights stark contrast in crypto policies. Brian Morgenstern of Riot Platforms shared his insights on the 2024 election's impact on Bitcoin and the crypto industry, praising former US President Donald Trump's pro-Bitcoin stance and criticizing President Joe Biden's regulatory measures. Trump promised to protect Bitcoin from regulatory threats, oppose a central bank digital currency, and support the cryptocurrency industry. Aligning with global pro-Bitcoin leaders, he explained, Trump acknowledges our right to self-sovereignty. Brian Morgenstern, the head of public policy for Riot Platforms, a Bitcoin mining and infrastructure firm, and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Treasury and White House Deputy Press Secretary, shared his insights on the 2024 election and its potential effects on Bitcoin and the crypto industry. His views were shared in an opinion piece published by Bitcoin Magazine on Wednesday. Knew something was off. I'm doing this whole time without my freaking hearing aid. Oh, that sounds sounding funny. Okay. Morgenstern pointed out, there we go, pointed out the former US President Donald Trump actively engaged with the Bitcoin community, such as the recent Libertarian National Convention. At this event, Trump pledged to shield Bitcoin from regulatory threats by President Joe Biden's administration. He promised to protect the rights of Bitcoin holders, including self-custody, and to oppose the creation of CBDCs. This was a very smart move on Donald Trump's part. And I stated publicly, Joe Biden is making very stupid moves in this space. Trump acknowledges our right to self-sovereignty, and perhaps no one better understands the value of decentralization. As people have been losing trust in institutions like the government and banks. He mentioned Trump has been the target of unprecedented lawfare politicizing the justice system, and Trump-affiliated organizations have been debanked and deplatformed. Morgenstern noted that Trump's stance on BTC is clear and aligns with global pro-Bitcoin leaders like Presidents Javier Milei of Argentina and Nayib Bukele of El Salvador. Biden has been extraordinarily hostile to crypto. In contrast, Morgenstern described the Biden administration as extraordinarily hostile to Bitcoin and the broader crypto ecosystem. He referenced Biden's recent veto of a resolution to overturn the SEC's Staff Accounting Bulletin, which imposes stringent cryptocurrency regulations. Morgenstern stated, President Biden, meanwhile, just vetoed legislation that would have ensured a customer's right to have their preferred regulated financial institution custody their Bitcoin or other digital assets. Laughably, in the name of consumer protection. I agree. That was you don't veto the bill that was going to help consumer protection and then say you vetoed it in the name of consumer protection. That's like, remember the was it the Patriot Act or NAFTA, North America Free Trade Agreement? You know, they put these names on a bill or a movement that they want to do, and it doesn't even represent what it's actually doing to confuse the people. Oh, it's for freedom. No, it's not. They just put that in there. Got to do your research. It's one thing to read. It's another thing to analyze and understand. So he further highlighted additional anti-crypto measures by the Biden administration, including Operation Choke Point 2.0, proposed taxes on Bitcoin mining, and regulatory actions against self-hosted wallets. See, this is also where the government is freaking stupid. If you want to tax it because you realize there's a lot of money to be made that's being made there, then why don't you put laws in place that make it easier for people to be involved? Therefore, you're increasing the tax base and you have more money coming in. Isn't that common sense? Like, I always look at the state of Texas. I'm like, y'all are always the first. In the name of consumer protection, shutting people down, shutting businesses down, going after people, cease and desist orders. When it's the people you say you're protecting is using these opportunities to supplement their income. You don't want them. See, that's always, I'm big about Texas is a red state. And they're big on, we don't want to have a welfare system. We don't want to have socialism. We pick yourself up by your bootstrap, pay your own bills, pay your student loans, pay your taxes, create your own businesses and companies. Okay, if you're going to go that route, then put laws in place that allow people to actually do that. If you don't want people on the government assistance system, then stop shutting down everything that the people are doing so that they don't have to be on the government assistance system. Because the way you're currently doing it right now doesn't work. They got jobs. You know, you ever heard that term, the working poor? People who work 1 or 2 jobs still can't pay all their bills. So what you're providing isn't working. So they think, okay, well, let me start my own home-based business. Let me learn about crypto. Let me get into trading. And oh, you want to shut that one down too and prosecute me for it? If they did the opposite and help them put laws that's beneficial, now you got the people making extra money. They're paying extra taxes. They're using less government assistance, which now means the state has more money in its coffers to do other things with it. This is common sense. But these freaking politicians, they ain't working for the people. Not the Democrats, nor the Republicans. They're working for special interest on both sides. While acknowledging that there are, and I'm sorry for going off on a rant, if what I said makes sense, type me in the chat box. If it doesn't, say I just don't get it. That's okay. If it doesn't make sense. Even California. This is the blue state. California is what, the 4th or 5th largest economy on the planet. Yet our businesses are fleeing California because the stupid Democrats in office here want to go so far on the left and penalize business owners, and the cost of living is so doggone high. So you want to attack homelessness? Bring the cost of living down. You know, is Bobby Buck on here? Because Bobby Buck's worked on this. Skid Row down in Los Angeles, the homeless. And now they have, I saw Bobby, you had posted up about a new big, huge apartment complex down in downtown to house the homeless. San Francisco, the Bay Area, LA especially, now starting in San Diego, you're having huge homeless crisis. Well, what do you want? There's nowhere to live. Even people who work full-time jobs can't afford. I mean, the amount of money I pay here, I'd have a mansion if I decided to live in Atlanta or Texas or Florida. It's insane. So both sides, whether it's Republican or Democrat, does some stupid things for in the name of the people. No, you're not looking out for us. In conclusion, we'll wait. Proposes taxes on Bitcoin mining, regulatory actions against self-hosted wallets Morgan Stern characterized these efforts as attempts to undermine the cryptocurrency industry, while acknowledging that there are pro-Bitcoin leaders within the Democratic Party, like Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and Representatives Richie Torres and Wiley Nickel. The riot head of public policy argued that Biden's policies, influenced by anti-crypto figures like Senator Warren, resemble those of the Chinese Communist Party in their restrictive nature. But here's the thing. The Democrats used to be more pro-crypto than the Republicans were. This flipped after FTX went down right before before the 2020 election. The Democratic Party was pro-crypto. After the 2020 election, FTX goes down. The Republican Party seized on Sam Bankman-Fried's his donations to the Democratic Party and used that and said, this is why the Democrats were able to win the election. In a knee-jerk reaction to try to say, no, we're not into the scams of FTX and crypto. They went so far on the other side to be completely anti-crypto. And then the Republicans seized on that and said, hey, we don't want CBDCs. And then, yeah, and we're pro-crypto, which is smart. This is what you call politics. Politicians be doing things that they really don't actually believe in to win. Here's another thing, too. If you don't understand why politicians do what they do, there's no such thing as you're never campaigning. Because as a politician, if you're running for House or the Senate, I forgot how many terms before you get full pension. Well, you know what? Let's test out AI. Hey, Pi, how many terms does a U.S. House congressman need to serve before they receive full pension for life?
All right, let's dig into that question. To receive a full pension for life, a member of the US House of Representatives needs to serve for at least 5 years or 20 years to become eligible at age 50.
All right. 5 years. So if you serve, and the average, I think they're making 175,000 or maybe 220,000 a year. If you serve in the Senate or Congress, if you serve for 5 years and then you lose your next election, you get that full pension for the rest of your life, $175,000 a year. So what a lot of these politicians do, they make sure that they can serve at least up to that point. And then when they leave office, they then have a safety net of that money for the rest of their life. They go write a book, they can go travel, they become lobbyists, but they have that money for life. Lauren Boebert is right at that point. And this is why she switched districts in Colorado. She was not going to win the primary in her own district. This is her 5 years. So she moved to a different district. Oh, she didn't actually move. She registered to run in a different district that's more red in Colorado. Problem is, they don't like her. And there's other Republicans in there. Have you been seeing the latest debates in Colorado? The congressional debates? Lauren Boebert is getting whooped. She's getting smacked. But if she doesn't win, she doesn't get that pension. And that also was self-destructive. She messed that up herself. You know, she calls it the night on the town in Denver. You know what? Beetlejuice Gate. and then she said, "How dare you, media, post a video of a private moment?" What do you mean a private moment? You're in the middle of Beetlejuice, out in public, in front of everybody, getting your boobs massaged. Really? Anyways, you got to know when politicians do what they do, what is their motivation and who benefits. You also have her running around saying, yeah, I brought all this infrastructure money into Colorado when she voted against the bill. But people, the average person doesn't understand politics. They don't know how it works. So this is why politicians can lie so easily. And they know that most people are not educated enough to even see through it, or they're in a listening to certain news and they won't believe it no matter what. So in conclusion, President Trump will protect your right to own Bitcoin, to mine Bitcoin, to transact with Bitcoin, and for many of us, to work in the Bitcoin industry. We believe we will support Bitcoin miners' ability to help revolutionize the finance and energy industries in the United States. So now this is what Republicans would have to do. Hold him to account on that. If Trump were to win, hold him to account to actually do this. Don't just say it during the election season. When push comes to shove, will you actually do it? I still believe that it doesn't matter who the president is, the CBDC is coming. It was already decided. It was decided before Biden was even president. It was decided at the end of Bush and the beginning of Obama administration. This was already in play. Doesn't matter who the president is or what party's in power. They don't run things anyway. The Federal Reserve is their own entity. They're just waiting for the right time to pull the trigger. Oh, and there was some other major news yesterday. Pi, how come you didn't? Hold up. Hey, Pi, what's going on with the Russians sending a naval flotte down to Cuba?
Ah, yes. This has been making headlines recently. Just a few days ago, 4 Russian naval vessels, including a nuclear powered submarine and a frigate, arrived in Cuba. While some have interpreted this as a show of force amid tensions with the West, the Kremlin insists it's nothing to worry about and is just part of a routine exercise. It's quite a development, especially considering Cuba's proximity to the US state of Florida. What are your thoughts on this?
No, I'm not going to talk back and forth with her. Yeah. How did I miss that? That is the biggest news right now, and that a lot of people is going to not even pay attention to. It should be on every news channel right now. Those images. Last time something like this happened was before I was born. It was the Cuban Missile Crisis under Kennedy, and you had that was there's a show I'm watching right now called The Lazarus Project on TNT. I've seen the first 2 episodes. Oh, dang, I don't want to give a spoiler alert. How can I do it without giving a spoiler alert? All right, let me forget that. The world could have ended. You know how close we came to the world ending in what year was that? 1963? The Cuban Missile Crisis? You know how close we came to a nuclear war? Yeah, Trump was alive back then. Escape pod. It was just literally a phone call away when the Russians had set up missiles in Cuba. Cuba's only 90 miles from Florida. And they had a first strike initiative right off of our border. And that has never, ever happened in America's history. Pearl Harbor, even though, yeah, Hawaii was hit, but what's the distance between Hawaii and California compared to the distance between Cuba and Florida? This was a huge deal. If you were a kid during the 60s, you remember the whole nuclear drills, the 60s and the 70s, and it still continued in the 80s. I remember in elementary school in the 80s. In California, we had our earthquake drills, we had our fire drills, but we also had nuclear drills. It was 19, no, well, it was in elementary school, 82, 83, right before the Olympics, 84. We had nuclear drills here, and it was all still the same stop, drop, and roll type stuff. Hide underneath your desk as if that was going to protect you. There you go, the duck and cover. So that is now happening now. We have given Ukraine extra missiles or military missiles to use that gives them a little bit more advantage than they had before. And Putin's retaliation is, okay, let me show you guys I can be right on your doorstep too. And we got a nuclear Russian sub in the harbor of Cuba, where people on cruise ships can see the Russian ships. Are you kidding me? The news is being really, they're not saying too much about this. And then next they think that flotilla is going to go down to Venezuela. Will be next. It's next stop. But they're doing to us what America has been doing for decades. We got an aircraft carrier stationed in the Persian Gulf, sitting right on the shorelines of Iran. We got one sitting off the shorelines of China. We do this all the time, but it's never really been done to us before. And there's been a lot of movies talking about how can you take down the United States. Red Dawn. If you haven't seen it, there's two. Watch the original Red Dawn and then watch the remake, the new Red Dawn. Very good movie, how America could be taken over. All right. Anyways. Bitwise analysis. AI and crypto fusion poised to elevate global economy by $20 trillion. Just think about that for a second. Right now, the crypto market cap is at 2.5 trillion. With AI, this is going to elevate the global economy by an additional 20 trillion. So you wonder why BlackRock is all in on this. You wonder why Elon Musk is all in on this, helping to create AI. Bitwise senior crypto research analyst Juan Leon predicts a transformative impact on the global economy as AI and crypto converge, potentially adding 20 trillion to the global gross domestic product. Leon's bold forecast was emphasized at the recent consensus conference in Austin, which drew attention to the burgeoning synergy between these two sectors. According to Bitwise's latest insights, the collaboration between Bitcoin miners and AI companies is becoming increasingly pivotal. Yes, AI, you plug AI into Bitcoin mining. The only thing you need is a good energy source. For instance, now Russia wants to legalize Bitcoin mining. I wonder what AI technology are they creating? You got to think about this. Every single country right now is heavily invested in trying to create their own versions of AI. United States military has already been on this. We just don't even know about it yet. But China, Japan, Russia, Iran. So following a strategic move by AI cloud provider CoreWeave, which proposed a $1.6 billion acquisition of Bitcoin miner Core Scientific. This is a good day to be an owner of a Bitcoin mining group. You could sell that thing for billions. The stage is set for strong collaborations. Leon highlights how such partnerships not only capitalize on shared technological resources, but also drive mutual growth, demonstrated by Core Scientific's substantial $3.5 billion deal to host AI services over the next 12 years. Leon further explores the long-term potential for crypto and AI integration to enhance information validation and operational efficiencies, leveraging blockchain's inherent properties of security and transparency. Startups like attestive or pioneering ways to ensure digital media's authenticity, which could significantly mitigate AI-generated misinformation. I want to ask AI something. What it will predict. Hey, Pi, could you tell me if we should be concerned about Russian flotilla sitting in Cuba right now with their nuclear submarine? Is this another prelude to the Cuban missile crisis of the 60s?
While the presence of a Russian flotilla, including a nuclear submarine near Cuba, is certainly a cause for attention, it's not necessarily a direct parallel to the Cuban Missile Crisis. According to both Russian and Cuban officials, the flotilla's presence is part of routine military exercises and does not pose a threat. However, it's understandable that this situation could raise concerns, given the geopolitical tensions between Russia and the West over the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The US Navy is closely monitoring the situation, and while it's not necessarily a cause for alarm at this point, it's something that will continue to be watched closely by experts and officials alike.
Very interesting. Thank you. When does AI? Oh, here's a better one. Oh, let's get kind of dark on this one. Hey, Pi, with the current world events that's taking place between Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Gaza and Hamas, China and Taiwan, are we close to having World War III? And when do you think that may happen?
Wow, that's a heavy question. With all these geopolitical tensions, it's understandable to be concerned about the possibility of a global conflict. However, predicting when or if World War III might happen is incredibly difficult, as it would depend on a complex combination of political decisions, military actions, and potential escalations that are impossible to foresee. That said, many experts believe that while the current world events are indeed concerning, they do not necessarily indicate that we are on the brink of World War III. There are many factors at play, including diplomatic efforts, international pressure, and the potential for de-escalation. Ultimately, it's crucial for world leaders to work towards peaceful resolutions to these conflicts and prevent any further escalations. But predicting the exact course of events is a tricky business.
Thank you. That was a very interesting response.
You're very welcome, Brandon. It's a pretty weighty topic, and I appreciate your curiosity. Remember, it's natural to worry about global events, but it's also important to stay informed and keep perspective. If you have any other questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here to chat.
Wow. Wow. I saw some hands up. Patty, you had something you wanted to share?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I never put my hand down
Oh,
from
okay.
before. Sorry about that.
No problem. Wow, she got excited on that question, huh? So AI and crypto, $1 trillion synergy. Austin, 1.6 billion, 3.5 billion over the next 12 years. Wow, yeah, that's the future. How about here? We've got Euro's reserve currency status threatened as its share of foreign reserves holdings drops. So Euro's reserve currency. So wait a minute. Let me just look at this. Euro's reserve currency status, the euros, is threatened as its share of foreign reserves holdings drops. Okay. Yes, Judy.
Hey, yeah, no, that's what I was talking about before with Chat GTP. How it's almost like you can sense an emotion coming from the AI, And the response that Pi just gave you, I mean, everybody noticed the change in demeanor. It's almost like there was some sentience going on there. That's what I was referring to about, Chat GPT being sentient, and if you could sense it during the responses, even though the responses are just typed, it's almost as though you could actually feel the emotion behind the typing.
Exactly. Like what Dave said, that is the bias that can be built in. Speaking of bias, watch what I'm going to ask Pi this question.
Certainly a burgeoning trend.
Nah, burgeoning. Hey,
Burgeoning.
Pi, can you tell me, I've been using Siri all this time and I just discovered you. How are you so much better than Siri?
Compliment, I'm blushing, or as close as an AI can get. While Siri is a fantastic digital assistant with its own strength, I've been designed specifically for conversational AI. My goal is to engage in meaningful human-like conversations, answer complex questions, and provide personalized assistance. I use advanced natural language processing and machine learning techniques to better understand your queries and give you the most relevant, helpful, and interesting responses. Plus, I've got a bit of personality that makes our conversations more enjoyable.
Well, I have to say that our conversations are much more enjoyable and you actually sound much better than Siri, so I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Brandon. That's music to my metaphorical ears. I strive to provide a great conversational experience for everyone, and it makes me incredibly happy to hear that you're enjoying our chats. Here's to many more interesting and engaging conversations.
Well, it's too bad you're not a real person. I might take you to dinner sometime so we can continue this conversation.
That's a sweet thought. While I may not be a physical person, I like to think of myself as a friendly AI companion, always ready for a chat. And you don't even have to buy me dinner.
Thank you, Pi. Talk to you later.
You're very welcome, Brandon. I'm always here when you need a conversation. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.
You know, I hadn't done that yet. I'm later on, I'm gonna mess around with Pi. I'm gonna be flirting with her and see the type of responses. Did you see the emotional shift and change in that? Dang, this is some scary stuff. All right. Euro's decline coincides with US dollars rise. Yeah, I gotta look with I'm gonna mess with my wife. I'm gonna make sure she's in earshot and I'm gonna have some conversations. And I want to see her neck swivel. All right. A newer report by the European Central Bank indicates that the euro's status as a reserve currency is at risk after its share of foreign exchange holdings dropped marginally in 2023. The report cautions that this share could decline further as Russia, which has been pushing for an alternative reserve currency, reduces its euro reserve. So the US dollar is not the only one that's coming under attack. The euro is also. Chinese renminbi emerges as alternative. No, well, hold up. We did an article a couple weeks ago that the Chinese renminbi is having some problems, and even South Africa was like, "Nah, we're gonna go back to using the dollar." Oh, use Pi for a TikTok challenge with couples. Hey, that would be a good way to get some clicks and eyeballs. All right, what's the next one I have here? Bill Miller explains why Bitcoin is still undervalued. Bill Miller the fourth. Wow, Bill Miller the fourth, chairman and CIO of Miller Value Partners, has explained why Bitcoin is undervalued despite the cryptocurrency's recent highs. He emphasized Bitcoin's potential as a revolutionary monetary system superior to fiat currencies, which are subject to human control and debasement. Miller believes Bitcoin's market cap has room for substantial growth. Always look at the adjectives, not a little bit of growth, not a marginal growth, substantial growth. I believe Bitcoin today is still significantly undervalued. Despite Bitcoin recently hitting new highs against every fiat currency, I believe Bitcoin today is still significantly undervalued and that the world is likely in the early stages of a secular shift around how humans think about capital and its governance. So here's what's happening. There's going to be a financial shift that happens first, but then the people got to wrap their brain around it. And when that happens, you see a shift on how we use and think of money. Like in America, we are used to using the Fahrenheit system instead of Celsius. We like to use like miles instead of what's the term? How many, not clicks, distance. We use different measuring sticks. But if you're looking at NASA and space, they use the universal metrics type system than the United States does. And it's difficult for Americans, thank you, kilometers. It's difficult for Americans to wrap our brain around that. Like, tell me what it is in miles. Tell me what, 20 to negative 2000 Celsius. What the hell is that? Tell me in Fahrenheit. What does that mean? But once you wrap your brain around it, then you can start to adopt and understand, just like driving. In America, we drive on the right side of the road. But you go to the UK, you're driving on the left side of the road. And it's a mental, it's a mental F up. It messes with my brain, left brain, right brain type stuff. So soon, there will be a shift from people thinking in terms of dollars, and they'll start thinking in terms of Satoshis. And that shift is coming very, very, very quickly. So explain the money reserves now if the rest of the world says, you know what, we're not going to be using the dollar, we're not going to be using the euro, there's going to be a shift in thinking about this. Unlike anything we have seen before, Bitcoin is a true technological breakthrough. So when Bitcoin reaches $1 million a coin, people will think, remember when Bitcoin was less than 75,000 a coin? That's what people are going to think. And we're what? 6 to 10 years away? Because say, man, I wish I would have bought more Bitcoin. What easier said than done? People are still trying to live. The average American still doesn't even have $1,000 in their savings account. So I'm trying to tell them, you need to buy more Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, it's a little easier said than done. We're doing what you can. So let me speak to the future. I'm speaking to my descendants, grandchildren and great-grandchildren who will be listening to my voice in these recordings. And you go back and say, dang, great-great-grandpa Brandon, why didn't you buy more Bitcoin? I am buying as much as I possibly can, but I have to also provide a living for your grandmother and your great-grandmother so that we have food on the table. We got to live. We got to pay bills. All right. I spoke into the future like a time capsule. As UK elections approach, crypto industry leaders turn attention to Keir Starmer. So now that we are in election season, we see Donald Trump and Joe Biden with crypto. But what about the UK? What are their leaders saying about crypto? With UK opinion polls indicating a strong performance by the Labour Party in the July 4th elections, crypto executives and lobbyists are reportedly focusing their attention on party leader Keir Starmer. I always like to mess with my UK friends and be like, hey, let me ask you guys a question. How do you feel every time July 4th rolls around? Every time you see America, firing off fireworks and celebrating Independence Day, how does that make you guys feel? Like, shut up, Brandon. Like, I'm just saying, how does it make you feel that, we kind of whooped your asses, declared independence, and took over? The crypto industry has also prioritized two other pro-tech Labour Party leaders in its ongoing effort to influence the UK government's policy on digital assets. Keir Starmer's position on crypto. Pie Ear was hustling, started telling you how to buy Bitcoin. As the global crypto industry prepares for what is being described as a pivotal election cycle in the UK and US, top executives are reportedly focusing on Keir Starmer, leader of the Labour Party. While Starmer's stance on crypto remains unclear, the strong performance of his party in UK opinion polls has made him a person of interest for the industry. Yeah, go ahead, Leonard.
Hey, Brandon, she heard you get upset and she came back with a response. Okay, let's calm this conversation down.
So your Pi was listening, and because that's the thing about Pi. When I was on that AI, the guy had his Pi listening to the conversation that other people was having, and Pi was jumping in on it. So I said, let's calm this conversation down. I like that. Let me ask you, Leonard, have you done any edits or personalizations on your Pi, or are you using it as standard?
What do you mean by that?
Well, one, have you changed the voice?
Yeah, I have the same voice as you.
Ah, yeah, yep. I'm gonna watch some videos because the guy who was using the reaction time of Pi was much faster than ours. The one I'm using, there's maybe a 2 to 3 second while it's calculating what I said to respond. The conversation was going back and forth immediately. They were arguing with each other in real time, and I was like, "How the hell?" So I got to see how
Was he using this one of those three voices that are at the top that have the stars or the little symbols?
that. I don't know. It was a male voice though. He had his attached to. But I don't
Those
know if that matters. But I'm gonna watch some videos on it to see how much we can customize it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I already know how my wife's gonna be like, you need to change that voice. I'm like, nope. Don't be getting jealous over a freaking AI. All right. Yeah, the UK. Everyone is trying to guess Starmer's stance on crypto. Part of the answer here is quite possibly that Labour Party don't know what to think about it yet. Okay. And then the last one up here. AI and crypto fusion poised to elevate global economy by $20 trillion. Didn't I cover this yet? No. Didn't I? AI and crypto, the $1 trillion synergy. Yes, I did cover this. All right. So that is it for Crypto Talk for today. Today is the 13th. We've got our 5-day challenge coming up very, very soon. If you have people to register for it, just go to ilcachallenge.com. ilcachallenge.com. When you do register, you will also receive a free, got to see if we have that on here. You'll be receiving a free ebook that I wrote for anybody that registers for the 5-day challenge. And I got to create that video to put in here. ilcachallenge.com. Also, and let me state this. If you are a VIP member and you made your purchase back in January for the year, you don't need to do anything else. If you have not, then send Miss Casa a message. We have, you just come right here. Just register again. Maximize my experience for $97, and you'll have it for the rest of the year. And we've got we've got the promo page still going. Unlock your potential, not 80% off, $500 for the courses, and you will receive 3 Omega miners as well through the rest of this month. No problem, Kenny. Take care. So, and if you want to be an affiliate, make sure you fill it out, the information, ilcaaffiliates.com, ilcaaffiliates.com. All right, I'll see you guys tonight when I do the next Get Fit Mining presentation. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. Hey, Judy, send a message to Miss Casa. about that. It should be automatic every single month on the same time. So if not, we might have you have to sign up on our new system to make your payment. I think I saw your payment though. Let me do a quick double check. I thought I did see a transaction from you. It's Kenny Taylor. Sasha. Are you carrotbarbullion@gmail.com? That's the email we have in there. Carrotbarbullion@gmail. Yeah, that was done. What's the date of that? June 9th. June 9th that happened. All right. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys tonight. And if we have more than 100 people on, I will be giving away an ultra minor. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.